If you weren't already aware, today is St. Patrick's Day. Better throw on some green if you haven't already. For today's story time, I'll be telling you about some times that I've happened to be very fortunate. See, I've always considered myself a pretty lucky guy, moderately skilled in activities where skill is thrown out the window. And while some people might go after tales of near-death experiences for something like this, I feel like those stories can wait until Near-Death Experience Day, whenever that is. So instead, I'll be starting with stories related to games of chance. Throughout my life, I've seen myself winning these games much more than losing them. One such game happened at a church activity. Everyone in the ward was playing a simple game involving dice. Once I joined in, my rules were so spot on with what I needed that people began asking, "How are you doing that?" as if I had control over the die. Eventually, I felt my medicine wear off and my ADHD kicking in, causing me to get bored of the game. I didn't at the time know what to do because my social anxiety wouldn't let me announce my leave in the middle of the game. But luckily, and to my surprise, my rolls went from perfect every time to unbelievably lousy. I was soon out of the game, leaving everyone around me to think that my lucky streak had simply come to a close. Another game of luck that has always interested me is the slot machine. I've never even touched a real one, and I've only been in proximity of a casino a few times in my life, but that doesn't mean I haven't dabbled in some digital gambling, so to speak. Back in the day when I was in middle school, there was a popular mobile game called Jetpack Joyride. Whenever your character died in this game, a slot machine would appear and you could either exchange the tokens you collected that round for coins, or you could give the machine one spin for each token. At first I always assumed it was a game of chance, but as I tried different things I learned that it was partially skill-based. There was a red blinking arrow next to the lever, and by timing the lever to go down with the arrow, you had a near guaranteed chance of winning. So when one of my friends was playing the game next to me one day, I noticed that he cashed in his tokens for coins quite a lot. I asked him why, and he said that he used to play the slots but it never worked out for him. I let him know that you could line up the lever with the blinking lights, and sure enough, it worked for him. Soon this method spread like fire throughout my grade, and I found myself having a good 3 or so days of fame among my peers. And everything peaked on a school field trip. All of the kids in the bus were gathered around someone who was doing insanely well in Jetpack Joyride. But after an impressive run, he hit a zapper and his character fell to the ground. The kid had one spin token, and knowing I was the origin of the lever method, turned to me with his phone outstretched. He said, "Hey Cole, get me a second chance." Now the thing about the slot machine in the game was that while I did know the method to win a prize every time, there's no telling which prize you were going to get. The second chance was one of the more rare prizes that you could receive, and Lady Luck was truly the one to give it to you. So there I was, hands shaking, every pair of eyes looking at me. I slid my finger across his phone, and the images on the slot machine stopped spinning one at a time. Sure enough, they all stopped on a second chance. The bus erupted into cheering, and one of the staff had to threaten to cancel the trip to get all the kids to calm down. That moment stays with me even today as one of the most hype things that has ever happened at my middle school. But enough about my luck, I want to hear about yours. Tell me about your luck or lack thereof in the comments. And now, here's me playing the Geometry Dash level, Clover Hills by Scully Hop. Enjoy! Yes! Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone!